You hear preachers sometimes going, y'all aren't doing this, y'all aren't doing that. Well, it's the same with the adults in our land, blaming these young kids for everything. It's not their fault. It's my fault. It's my parents' fault. It's my grandparents' fault. They worked like slaves in this country while their freedom was taken from them, and now they want to blame it on the way the kids are acting. That's why I don't spend a lot.
Exactly. It is the adults and the grandparents. It is their fault America's gone to hell. And let me expand on that. When you take, on average, several million children a year and incarcerate them in the CPS or in the juvenile justice system, every study, every statistic going back to to the Panopticon in France 300 years ago and the modern prison system off of that, they know, the establishment knows that it actually is a university of crime, a university of gangs, and that's why our children act like gang members, because in all the groups of our children are people that have been institutionalized, and so it's literally polluting all of society. And you're right, it rolls from the warden to the corrupt jail guards who are selling drugs on the side to the inmates, right down. And they had a study for they've been doing it for decades for 2008, and it just came out in the 1st of January. The LA Times reported on it that they watch over the decades the number of children in surveys, teenagers that say they lie, they cheat on tests, they steal. And decades ago, it was like 15, 20%, and it went up 30, 40, 50. It's now over 50+% admit they steal, they lie, they cheat. And they were asked, why do you do that? And they said, everybody knows crooks run the government, crooks run society. This is a criminal society. Our teachers want us to cheat so that they get the bonuses. They basically hand out, and I was too dumb in school to know why some of the teachers, they didn't all do this, would kind of hand out and leave around the answers the week before the test that was coming up. I mean, I remember that. And what I'm saying is we are a corrupt... Look at Mexico. It's totally collapsing right now, where basic services can't even operate now because they become a completely corrupt society. So you're absolutely right. It is the leadership.
That's right.
Fish rots from the head.
And our parents and our grandparents were too busy in the church teaching the kids, don't drink, don't cuss, don't smoke, don't have sex.
Willie Nelson says that's what made him become a party animal.
Yeah, they need to,
because they told him don't do all this as soon as he got out of the house. It's just party time. Party.
Yeah, it's legalism. It's laws. Candy and
See, my parents didn't do that, so I never got into drugs.
Candy and I teach our kids, and it's worked. We've got a 16-year-old daughter we just dropped off at Austin Community College. We spent our time teaching our kids character qualities like loyalty, kindness, love, consideration, honor, respect. That way, when they do go out, and if they do start drinking, doing drugs, having sex, because they're going to experiment with those, we have a good quality human being out there that's loving and kind and caring and loyal and honest. So when they do that line of coke at a party, that selfishness that's been taught them all their life doesn't turn into them going and, trying to steal something. So it works to bring back teaching. Instead of calling it morals, call it, because morals can be anything, call it character qualities, and stop teaching your kid. If you have your kid in a church right now going through a 6-week program of celibacy, and for 6 weeks they're telling your kid, don't have sex, don't have sex, don't have sex, and if you sign on this contract, we're going to give you a ring, and you're going to walk across the stage, and all the parents are going to clap, I call bullcorn.
Well, let me stop you there. They actually have done a bunch of studies on that. And whereas it's not bad for parents to teach their daughters and sons, look, this is a serious thing. It produces babies. You don't want to get into abortions and kill your baby. You don't want to be destructive. You can get diseases. This is a loving thing and a special thing. Statistically, they don't go running around and have a bunch of sex. But you're right. They've done studies at these high schools and churches where they have them wear the rings, make a big deal out of it. All they're now thinking about is sex. And they found that the children that have done the celibacy classes are many times more likely to have sex, and the most destructive types of sex, because you're right. And that goes back to the Middle Ages with the chastity belts. Those people couldn't wait to have sex with whoever they could, because they were literally wearing a locked belt around their waist, and it made it all, and that's really about the perverts at the church wanting to look at girls going across the stage talking about how they're celibate. You're absolutely, well, they've done studies where if they put up billboards saying don't smoke, people smoke more. If they say, oh, this is taboo, marijuana's taboo, people want to go out and smoke it. But anyways, you're right.
Yeah, so I think we just need to get back to the ground roots of parenting. And while my parents worked like slaves to pay taxes, they weren't good parents. And most of the people I've met had dysfunctional homes. And we keep talking about bringing the family back. Well, we're in error and we're off track when we concentrate on teaching our kids laws and legalisms. Don't drink, don't cuss, don't smoke, don't have sex, don't have drugs. None of that stuff is working. That celibacy class that, Alex, that you were talking about, getting the ring, had they spent 6 weeks teaching what jealousy looks like, okay, you girls over here, you're acting jealous when you do this, because jealousy's crueler than the grave. And, man, it is rampant in our nation. I run into that everywhere.
That's why you don't put the children in the public schools if you can, because it's so mean.
It's horrible, I know. So we could teach our kids, have a class on jealousy, and teach them, look, if you have a mate or somebody you're attracted to, and they're showing this red flag of jealousy, and they won't quit, that's a red flag. Don't be involved with that partner, because I was married to a lady that was very jealous for 10 years, but nobody had taught me these things because I was too busy being taught,
it's the same
don't
thing.
drink, don't cuss,
I'm
don't
teaching my children, when kids are mean to you or put you down, just don't be their friends.
Of course, move on.
Because that's somebody that wants to be mean. You want to find that one. I mean, you're blessed if you can find one or two really real friends.
That's right. That's right.
Well, society is getting more and more jealous, backstabbing, crazy. I mean, it's getting, have you noticed how bad it's getting?
Oh, listen, my brother-in-law, who I went to the police academy with, we married sisters and we were best friends, and through the divorce, he flipped and wasn't my friend anymore. And him and I got into a fist fight over it, and the police had to break it up. It's so mean. My ex-wife, and I've got 2 daughters by her, Candy and I, the stepmother, want to get along. In fact, Candy's ex-husband, we barbecue with, help raise the kid together. We know how to get along in mixed families. But
Stay there. We're about to come right back. We're going to overdrive as well. We'll talk about running for office when we get back. All right.
With food prices soaring to all-time highs, as the dollar continues to fall in value, what can you and your family do to guarantee that fresh, nutritious vegetables will make it to your dinner table? Garden in a Can. Garden in a Can is your source for premium, long-term storable seeds. Garden in a Can is ready when you are. Plant them now or store them for when you really need them. There are 16 large, hermetically sealed, non-hybrid, open-pollinated packets of seeds, along with detailed planting instructions sealed in a can for ultimate long-term protection. Garden in a Can. It's that simple, fresh, healthy, easy. Only $69.95 for over a half-acre of safe, fresh vegetables, ready when you are. Stop procrastinating and start preparing with Garden in a Can. For more details, visit gardeninacan.com today. That's gardeninacan.com or call 866-598-7396, 866-598-7396.
It is a big idea, a new world order.
In the near future, Earth is dominated by a powerful world government.
It's known as the Bilderberg Group. Could their objective be world domination?
For thousands of years, their dark order grew. Now, as they hail the birth of the New World Order, their great dream of exterminating 80% of humanity is at hand. For the first time in history, the elite's plan for world government is blown wide open. You will learn the secret that drives the entire New World Order agenda.
Bilderberg is making great progress toward a world government.
Most people have no idea. They're not after money. They have all the money they need. They're after power. That's their aphrodisiac.
Order Endgame on DVD at prisonplanet.com or Infowars.com, or watch it online right now at prisonplanet.tv. Endgame, blueprint for global enslavement. You have been warned.
Aging doesn't only show in your face, but it can be felt in your body. You feel tired. Your joints and muscles ache, and your mind seems clouded and forgetful. It's time to stop the aging clock with a proven system brought to you by NutriMedical.com. Anti-Age Max uses a revolutionary formula to turn back the hands of time on the inside and out. Combine Anti-Age Max with Nutritrala to protect against cellular damage, and Collagen Max to regenerate healthy bones, ligaments, joints, and improve the collagen and elastin to your skin's appearance. It is possible to look and feel youthful again when you give your body what it needs. Anti-Age Max. Dr. Bill's Anti-Age Max is available now by calling 888-212-8871. That's 888-212-8871. Or order online at NutriMedical.com. That's N-U-T-R-I Medical.com. NutriMedical.com. Your source for the most powerful nutraceuticals and wellness protocols. from a doctor you can trust.
I read the news today, oh boy, about a lucky man who made the grade.
Barry Cooper. That sounds like an astronaut name. Wasn't there an astronaut named Barry Cooper?
I don't think so.
I think there was. I'm going to Google it right here. Google Barry Cooper. Let's see other famous Barry